Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. Today I wanted to take the time to seriously look at the state of TBC, what we're encountering, and just the biggest problems people have. And one issue above all the others is a glaring thing. The debate has not stopped. People have been going on and on about it, and it's honestly kind of swayed my opinion on this. And that, of course, is the boosting change that is going to be added into TBC. This was originally added back in 2022, right before we went to Wrath, so I guess the Wrath pre-patch, and that is the build that we are essentially on in the PTR, and that includes every anti-boosting change. And those anti-boosting change kind of impact TBC a lot and how people tend to play the game and go into dungeons and go and do things. So I wanted to cover that side of things because I have been very well outspoken my thoughts on this and how I think it is overall a net positive because of what it does to the boosting issue that we encounter. However, I think that there is some compromise that can be made, some middle ground that doesn't just completely nuke a very, very popular way to play the game and harm players who are literally just trying to play the game. So without further ado, I'm going to switch it over here to recap what boosting changes are added. If you are new to the channel, obviously you would have, you haven't seen them yet, but if you have watched all these videos, you already know what they are, so I'll be quick with that. But I'll see you then. Voop. So this right here is the original blue post from 2022, and it's pretty much saying in no secret that gold from many boosting groups is used for illicit services such as RMTing, and as much of that gold that players pay to boost is then sold for real money back to the players. And now that we've seen the final release of Burning Crusade, we will adjust the behavior of creatures in most dungeons, including new dungeons coming in Wrath, to make it significantly more difficult to endlessly kite and snare enemies. So here is a Wowhead post of said changes. So, enemies inside Stratholme are using knockdown stunning paladins. The stun works through divine shield and free action potions. Enemies are teleporting to mages inside of Shadow Labs and being slowed after being slowed and rooted a certain amount of times. Enemies in Maraudon become immune to all slow effects, and after a certain time, similar to how it functions in Season of Mastery realms. And many dungeon mechanics have many dungeons have mechanics to stop mages and paladins from boosting. More examples are coming in. Using ledges and walls to reset mobs will have them teleport to you. So those are the lists of changes, and from my testing on the PTR, every single one of them is in. Boosting is effectively dead. Whether you're a mage, whether you're a paladin, whatever it is, whether the mobs kill you or the mobs yield 0 XP. Essentially boosting is dead. However, it also means solo farming is dead because the same methods you use to boost people, you use to solo farm. And while that is, in my opinion, a necessary sacrifice, I am okay with that being sacrificed because it is a very lucrative way to do it, and bots do that a ton also just for gold. It is a very good way to make gold, and a lot of people level paladins and mages to go do this, but I'd imagine Blizzard has actual data and actually makes this decision based off of that, hopefully, instead of just throwing this out there all willy-nilly. But that is a sacrifice I have been willing to accept. However, I want to go to this story right here on the forums, and this really moved me, and the entire reason I've really sort of moved on this and changing my opinion is that I understand the dev team has copy and paste the final patch of TBC, and that makes sense. However, the pre-Watlake boosting measures are breaking the game for normal players. I play mage, I don't boost, I do like to run dungeons with my friends. On the PTR here, you can see me playing a tier 2 mage, myself, a healer, a warrior, and a prop pally who's taking the level 58 dungeon to, so Hellfire Citadel is what they're doing, the very first one. They're pulling 4 to 5 mobs at a time. After some time, very short, it's 30 seconds, the mobs become immune to any types of slows, including hamstrings and other class slows. This is resulting in very clunky play where I'm not able to play my classless talents effectively and having major problems with dungeon interactions that absolutely normal players will not have issues with. I doubt the final patches get shipped like this, but this will be broken in normal dungeons as well as heroics and will cause many wipes for normal players. So they give screenshots. Unfortunately, they don't really have a video. I would love to show that. I haven't really tried to go and make a group and get out there. And then even here, I want to just show you, this is like the #1 topic on the Burning Crusade PTR forums. It is just so many people talking about the anti-boosting. Please do not released nerfed, and then just all of these things. You can't delete characters. People just talking about the boost nonstop here. And it's affecting so much more. Mobs are, like, people are reporting this like they think it is a bug. Like right here, this dude is reporting it like he thinks it is a bug. That is how shocked people are to see this. And while like I said, I am fine if it deletes boosting, because we want to stop boosting. We want to stop RMT. I think RMT ruins the game. And I am very happy that this change deletes that. It deletes the popular methods that the bots use by farming those dungeons. It deletes the popular methods of bots actually boost people too. It isn't always necessarily a player. A bot can very easily do that as well. So it's really gutting the means for botting. Like, the only bot that would be unaffected is going out there and gathering. Now, this comes with a heavy toll. Obviously, as I said, it messes with people how they play the game. So spell cleave comps, very popular. I grinded so much Shattered Halls on my mage to get my weapon, and even after I was done, I did it with my guildies and friends who needed it too, because you can literally one pull everything from the entrance to the boss with mage, hunter, warlock, spell cleave comp. Hunter pulls everything, mage blizzards everything, and warlock uncapped AoE seeds everything. And everything dies, and then everybody's happy. That's how it goes, but that will no longer be affected here. As you saw, that person was just trying to do Hellfire Citadel, and they were unable to complete that dungeon because of that change. And that's where it really, that's where my breakpoint is, because it shouldn't be like that, right? Well, we could increase it to like a minute. We could increase it to a minute 30 even. And then a normal player is able to do the dungeons, do the content, experience it, play the way they played with some reason. And, like, sure, that might ruin the one pull Shattered Halls thing, but you can still do it in 2 or 3 pulls, right? Like, and it is still much faster than going there and killing every single mob how you would any other way. And so this is where I think there's compromise. One, to just nuke boosting completely. If there is a gray mob or if there is a scold mob within a dungeon, 0 XP. People saying 90% XP reduction. 0. Just flat out kill it. Purge it with fire. No XP. It's very easy to do. And mobs are either grayed to the booster or they are either scold to the boostee. Pretty much in every situation, that is true. Once we get to the later TBC dungeons, that becomes in effect. As I said, increase the timer. Right now, 30 seconds. That's too short. If any pull goes wrong, and I think many players who have played for a while have those heroic clutch moments engraved in their brain where they're out there playing it, they're out there doing the superhero play, especially if you're a mage player, where you can save a raid, you can save a team, you can stop a wipe, just by freezing everything and running out. That just is completely off the table. Like, those heroic moments that I remember doing it all the time in TBC personally on my mage, those are gone as well. So increase the timer, set EXP to 0, and if we have to sacrifice solo farming in the meantime for that, I think that is a fine compromise. But Blizzard has been incredibly silent on this. The player base is very livid, very going after, talking about this. People are saying they're not even going to play the game if this goes live, etc., etc. Obviously, you could say a lot of them are just the people that are boosters and boosties and RMTers. Of course, it could be a loud minority situation, but this post that I covered here, that really appeals to me as a player and someone who's been out there doing TBC, did it back in the day, and now I'm doing it again here. So it really bothers me. But anyway, I wanted to post this video to bring awareness to this, and let me know what you guys think. Where are you? Do you think we could have some compromise, or are you on the absolute side that I used to be on a few weeks ago? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and until next time, I'll see you later. Hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.
Hey you. Yes you. Are you still there? Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to watch this entire video and making it to the end here. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the other videos about World of Warcraft listed in these playlists down below. And thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.